Hi, boys and girls. It's time for interactive read aloud. This story today is called Wemberly Worried. This story was written and illustrated by Kevin Hankes. He wrote the words and he painted the pictures. Boys and girls, this is our 7th book that we have read together, and this is the 2nd book in our Learning and Playing Together school series. Take a look at the front cover. What do we see? This is Wemberly, and she's a mouse. You can tell that she's holding something in her hand. It's kind of hard to tell, but we're going to learn what it is as we read the story. Kevin Hankes is an awesome writer and illustrator. You may be familiar with some of his other stories. You may be familiar with Chrysanthemum. I love this book, Chrysanthemum. It's also about a mouse. You may be familiar with this called Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. Another story about a mouse. And this mouse's name is Lily. I love reading this story. Chester's Way is another story by Kevin Hankes. It's a great one. Jessica, which is a story about imaginary friends. And this one is called Penny and Her Song. You can also see I have another copy of Wemberly Worried in here. So today we're going to explore Wemberly Worried by Kevin Hankes. Wemberly Worried by Kevin Hankes. Wemberly worried about everything. Can you tell what she's holding there? Yeah, it looks like a rabbit, like a toy rabbit. Big things. I wanted to make sure you were still here. Little things. And things in between. Mama, what if I shrink? Boys and girls, do you understand what it means when you're worried? Being worried means you're afraid. You're afraid of something that might happen. It is something we may not even know the answer. We don't know if it's going to happen or not. Sometimes people just worry about things that could happen. Wemberly worried in the morning. She worried at night. She worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise the radiators make. What if there's a snake inside? Think there's a snake in there? I don't think so. At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings and the bolts on the slide and the bars on the jungle gym. And she says, too rusty, too loose, too high. And always she worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? Petal's lost forever. I found her, sweetie. I'll wait for you, Petal. Boys and girls, how many of you have a special toy that you like that makes you feel good? I think Petal is her comfort toy. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, said her mother, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. This is the best present ever. I wish I had my birthday today. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. Is it okay to be the only one? Yeah, means you're unique. You worry too much, said her father. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. So Grandma's pointing to a sign on the wall. It says, take it as it comes. Seems to me that's a pretty relaxed grandma. Soon Wemberly had a new worry. School. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. New morning nursery school, starting soon. Dad tells her, I loved school. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. Grandma says, have fun. Why do you think Wemberly's walking so slow, boys and girls? Yeah, because she's worried. She's kind of hesitant about going to school. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. Boys and girls, do you see Jewel in the picture? Standing by herself, wearing stripes, holding a doll. Right here. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. This is Petal, said Wemberly. This is Niblet, said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. Hi, said Petal. Hi, said Niblet. I rub her ears, said Wemberly. I rub her nose, said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. Boys and girls, take a look at the faces of the mice. We see the other mice are going down the slide and playing. And here we see Wemberly, and we see her new friend Jewel. Are their faces different? Yeah, they're not so sure. They're not smiling. But when you look in this picture, they look like they're having fun and happy. Come back tomorrow, called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. I love how the story ends. So by looking at this page, what do you think Wemberly told her parents about her first day of school? Yeah, it looks like her parents are celebrating with her. So I bet she told them about her new friend and that she did have fun and that she did like it. Okay, I'm going to ask you a few more questions about our story today. What does Wemberly worry about? She worried about everything, didn't she? She worried about noises, the crack on the wall, going to school. She worried about her Halloween costume, her birthday party. She worried at the playground. What happens on Wemberly's first day of school? Yep, she was worried, but did she end up having fun? She did, and she made a new special friend. So, boys and girls, with all of the worrying that Wemberly does, how do you think that makes her feel? Do you think that makes her feel sad? I would say that she's sad a lot of the time. Jewel is an important character in this book. What does she do that is so important? She becomes friends with Wemberly, doesn't she? And they forget about worrying because they have fun together and they have each other in their friendship. How can you tell that worrying makes Wemberly feel sad? Yeah, you can see that she has a sad face. Remember, she said, what if I have to cry? Sometimes when we feel sad, we have to cry. And that's okay. It's okay to feel sad, and it's okay to worry. It's really hard to stop worrying when you're thinking about something. But sometimes we need to just try to have fun and enjoy things and not worry so much about what's going to happen. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope that you got some ideas for some new Kevin Henkes books. If you'd like your parents to maybe find some cool read-alouds on YouTube, there are some neat ones by him. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's interactive read-aloud. Have a great day.